In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace the front caliper on your Kia Sorento. Located behind the front wheels, let's get started. Using a 21mm socket, we're going to remove the wheel. Remove the wheel. Moving to the inside of the vehicle, we're gonna go ahead and apply some pressure on the brake pedal using a pole or anything that you have available. And what this is gonna do is gonna stop the brake fluid from coming out when we disconnect the brake hoses, just like that. Now that we have the wheel off, we're gonna move to the back of the caliper and we're gonna be removing this bolt that holds the hose in place. Before you go ahead and remove that bolt, make sure that you have a oil pen or something to pick up the oil that's gonna come out of this. So using a 12mm socket, go ahead and take it off. After removing the bolt that holds the hose in place, you wanna make sure that you have two crush washers. One of them is gonna be on the bolt side, right over here. And the other one is gonna be on the caliper side. Using a small pry tool, in this case a small screwdriver, you're gonna go ahead and remove that. Using a 14mm socket, we're gonna go ahead and remove the caliper bolts. Go ahead and get them loose. And I'll remove them completely. Now that we have those bolts out, we can go ahead and grab the caliper and slide it out. Next up, we're gonna remove the springs that hold the pads in place and remove the pads themselves. Go ahead and slide them out. And now we can remove the caliper bracket. Using a 17mm socket, we're gonna go ahead and remove both of these bolts. Go ahead and get them loose. And now go ahead and take them off. Once you remove those bolts, go ahead and slide the bracket out of the way. Next up, we're gonna go ahead and remove the caliper bracket pins. When you do this, you wanna make sure that you take a look at the boot, make sure that it's not ripped. You wanna check both of them. If it is ripped, you will have to replace them. In this case, this look good, so we will reuse them. So go ahead and slide the pins out, and I highly recommend you do one by one. If you look over here, you're gonna go ahead and wipe that off. And we're gonna use brake parts cleaner to make sure that it is free of debris. Go ahead and spray some on it. Wipe off any excess. And now we can add a little bit of silicone. Do not put that much. This only requires a little bit. Go ahead and slide it in. Make sure that the paint moves freely. And we're gonna be doing the same thing on this one. Now we're gonna go ahead and get the caliper bracket ready to install in the vehicle. Go ahead and get some silicone paste, and we're gonna be putting some where the tin foils go. Simply apply some, not too much. We don't want this getting on the rotor. Do it on both sides. And now we're ready to install the tims. Slide them in. And do the same on the other side. And now we're ready to install the bracket onto the vehicle. Slide it in and line it up with the holes. Go ahead and start the bolts by hand. And now get them snug. Now we're gonna go ahead and torque them to 73 foot-pounds. Now we're gonna go ahead and install both of the pads. Remember, the one that has the squealer goes on the back of the rotor. So go ahead and slide it in. And do the same on the front one. Now that we have the pads in place, we want to go ahead and install the springs, locate the holes that are on the pads, and slide the springs in. There's going to be one on the top and another one on the bottom. When you do this, make sure that you hold them because it's going to want to spread out. So just hold the pads in place. And it should look something like this. Now we can go ahead and install the caliper. Slide it in. Like I said, make sure that you're putting some pressure on the pads. They're gonna wanna pull out. Go ahead and line up the caliper. And now install the bolts. Start it by hand. And I'll get them snug. Now we can go ahead and torque them to 23 foot-pounds. Now we can go ahead and reinstall the bolt that holds the brake hose to the brake caliper. And for that, we want to make sure that we install one of the crush washers. Make sure this is a new one. One of the crush washers goes on one side. You're going to slide it in. And the other crush washer goes on the other side, like so. Go ahead and start it by hand. Now we're going to snug it. And now we're going to torque it to 22 foot-pounds. And now we're going to remove the bar that holds the brake pedal down. After any hydraulic work, you want to make sure you gravity bleed your brakes. Using a 10mm wrench, we're going to go ahead and open the bleeder. If yours have a cap, you will remove that now. Ours is missing. So go ahead and crack this open. And what we want to see is a steady stream of oil. Now that we have a steady stream, we're going to go ahead and close the bleeder. Using some brake parts cleaner, we're going to go ahead and clean the leftover brake fluid. Go ahead and wipe it off. If you do have a rubber cap, go ahead and put that on now. Moving on to the hood, we're going to locate the master cylinder. In this case, it's on the driver's side of the vehicle. Before we go ahead and open the master cylinder, you want to make sure that it's clean and no debris is going to fall inside the master. So using some brake parts cleaner, go ahead and spray some around it. And wipe off around the cap. Go ahead and open it. And we're going to pay attention to what it says on the cap. And it's telling us that we're going to use a DOT3 or 4. In our case, we're going to use DOT3. And now we're going to go ahead and top off our master cylinder. Go ahead and put the cap back on. Now will be the time to get back in the vehicle and feel the brake pedal. If the pedal feels soft or squishy, you will have to perform a full brake bleed procedure. Install the wheel, align the holes. Start your lug nuts by hand. And get them snug. With the vehicle on the ground, we're going to go ahead and torque our wheel to 79.6 foot-pounds. And for that, we want to make sure we do a star pattern. I'm going to show you how to perform a brake bleeding procedure. Moving on to the hood, we're going to locate the master cylinder. In this case, it's on the driver's side of the vehicle. Before we go ahead and open the master cylinder, you want to make sure that it's clean and no debris is going to fall inside the master. So using some brake parts cleaner, go ahead and spray some around it. And wipe off around the cap. Go ahead and open it. And we're going to pay attention to what it says on the cap. And it's telling us that we're going to use a DOT3 or 4. In our case, we're going to use DOT3. Next up, we're going to go ahead and extract some fluid from the master cylinder. Before we go ahead and do that, we're going to take out this filter, making sure that the hose is going to go in our master cylinder is clean and free of debris. You're going to go ahead and stick it in and extract as much fluid as you can. And now we're going to go ahead and refill our master cylinder with some DOT3 brake fluid. Go ahead and get it to the max line. And now we're going to go ahead and reinstall the filter. Make sure that it's free of debris. Go ahead and slide it in. Reinstall our cap. And now we're going to go ahead and perform our brake bleeding procedure, starting with the right rear. Then we're gonna move on to the left front. Then we're gonna do the left rear. And last, we're gonna do the right front. Moving to the right rear of the vehicle, we're gonna go ahead and open the bleeder using a 10mm wrench. Go ahead and crack it open. Make sure you have a drain pan to catch the oil. I'll be using a bottle. And now you're gonna have someone in the vehicle that's gonna pump the brakes. And while they're holding on the brake pedal, we're gonna go ahead and open the valve. And what we wanna see is a steady stream of fluid and no air. Close it, pump. Now that this looks good, we're gonna go ahead and disconnect our hose. Make sure that our bleeder is closed. And we're gonna move on to the left front of the vehicle. Moving to the left front of the vehicle, we're gonna go ahead and perform a brake bleed procedure using a 10mm wrench. We're gonna go ahead and crack the bleeder on. Go ahead and have someone in the car pump the brakes. And while they're holding on the pedal, you're gonna go ahead and crack it open. And what we wanna see is a steady stream of fluid. Close it. Repeat this process till there's no bubbles. Pump the brakes. And crack it open. Once you're happy with that, go ahead and close the brake bleeder. And remove the hose if you use one. And now we're gonna go ahead and top off our master cylinder. Remove the cap and add some fluid. Go ahead and cap it off and move on to the next wheels. The next two are gonna be the exact same process as the first and second. And now we're gonna go ahead and top off our brake master cylinder to the max line. Go ahead and put the cap back on. And now get in your vehicle and pump out the brakes. If the pedal feels soft or squishy, you will want to perform the procedure all over again. Now go ahead and reinstall the wheels and torque them to 79.6 foot-pounds.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.